Experiential education, for me, it gave me experience in knowing how the real world actually works, as opposed from being within the actual classroom environment.
It's given me the ability to put what I've been learning over the past 4 years into practice.
To actually work with these people and hear this from their point of view, from their stories, children no less, the way they saw this world and this happening to them is just completely, it's eye-opening.
It's one thing to read about experiences and what's going on in the world in textbooks, and it's another thing to actually go outside in the real world and experience what is happening, to take charge on social justice and issues that are happening.
So I see EE as an enhancement to knowledge acquisition. It's, they learn the theory in the classroom, get to use it in real life, and then go on from there and they are practicing what they've learned.
It made me realize that there's a lot more to just knowing the facts. You have to learn how to apply them to real life, especially when you're working with different personalities and, like my teammate said, different weaknesses, different strengths. So you have to kind of learn to adjust and adapt to that.
As opposed to, being provided with the information and being expected to regurgitate everything on the tests, to apply your knowledge, we were able to learn the concepts in class, learn the ideas through the books and the texts and the lectures, and we were able to apply it outside of the classroom while working in this collaborative project throughout the entire year, and I think that's what was beneficial for me as well as the other students.
Up until now, all the courses that I've been taking, it's just you just learn from the textbook, and it's like you don't really get to work with other people, or it's just very, very much your own learning. And so I think that being able to work with other people, and especially having more contact with the professor and TAs, and especially an actual client, like with their own business, was great.
Even though it's been a ton of work, and even though it's exhausted me, and even though I've had to do so much paperwork and done so many conference calls and so many hours, it all is for a better reason. It all has a purpose. So it reminds me not to be so burnt out, and reminds me that my education has a meaning besides just grades.
As a student who, after 4 years, I want to get a job, but without any hands-on experience, I can't do that. So it's very important for me, so I know that I'm paying for theory, yes, but I also want to pay for experience as well.
You worked with so many different people and so many different sources. So you worked with the professor, you worked with the client, you worked with your different team members, and you worked with the other team members in the class, see if you found similar problems, similar solutions. So it's very different to work with so many factors.
I wanted to give the students an opportunity to apply their knowledge to a real-life situation. I believe that this helps bring the project to life and increases the students' commitment to the project.
This is very important because being in a theory-based class, you don't really have too much application. You don't really see the real-world applications of what you learned. And I thought this was a great experience because now I actually know what happens in the real world. Before I didn't know. I just read a textbook, listened to my professor, and maybe had a presentation once in a while. And now I got to see, hey, these are real people doing the real job, and this is what I want to do.
Experiential education really gives that opportunity to students to really shine compared to your regular classroom. I was able to communicate with over 20 students in my group, and to do that alone is a really hard task, and it really forces the individual to go beyond their comfort zone. And I think having that opportunity allows students to develop not only within themselves, but within their community as well.
Experiential education transformed my learning.